Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle, and today is a little bit different. We're not doing something called flea market finds. We're doing let's do projects in these troubling times. So as many of you are going through the same experiences as we are here on the Northeast Seaboard, we're kind of locking down in place. We're pretty much told to stay at home except for essential services, and that'll give me a chance to go into my project bin, pull out a couple of reels, and try and keep everybody entertained, if that's the right word for these videos, for a while. I'm going to be committed to doing at least one video a day, just to try and take everybody's mind off the craziness of this virus and everything. So let me show you a couple of projects I pulled out of a bin. Some of these are been shown on previous flea market finds. They're all a little bit different in terms of type of reel and that, and hopefully we'll all learn a little bit from that. But these are the ones that typically just kind of get pushed to the side as I get busy with my customer reels, and it being the springtime, I've been very busy of late. But I'm going to try and see if we can't get all of these out, do a video on them. And if you're interested in seeing one in particular ahead of the others, then just shoot me a note in the comments, and I'll do my best to order them that way as we go about doing that. So most of these are some older reels. Again, they kind of find their way to me by flea markets and the like, and you know, we'll help tune them up. We'll show you the mechanics behind it. We'll answer any questions you got, and by all means subscribe so that you can see all of these videos as they get posted one by one. But let me just take you through some of these. You'll see that there's a mixture of bait casters and round bait casters, the low profile bait casters. There's some spinning reels in here, some old ones, some relatively new ones, and I thought that that would be a good variety as we go through this, to try and do a little bit of each. So let me just start from the back. I have an older Ambassador 6500C. This is a favorite of a lot of folks. This one's got a little skip to it. It's in nice condition, but I'm thinking the skip is probably caused by some just dried grease and that, but we'll take that apart. And Ambassadors, for the most part, have 2 or 3 design engineering kind of changes over time. We'll see which one is in this. We'll share that with you, and otherwise you know, show you how to fix these abus and take them apart with some confidence. There's a second one I got here, also a relatively rare one. This is the Ambassador 8600. It's a saltwater reel. This one's in good condition. It's called, it's got a stripe or drag on it, whatever that may mean. We'll take it apart and we'll show you. It's working. It's got a little bit of sea rash on there. We'll show you a little bit about how to clean that up and so on. But for the most part, a nice little reel that's just been sitting on the sidelines, just waiting for some time and attention that I hope to give that in the next few days. We'll kind of go old to new here. I've got one that we're going to do a series on. We're going to do a series on Pflueger. We actually did do a small one on the history of reels with 4 brothers. This is a Pflueger. It's a Seastar. It's a 1050. It's an older reel. Kind of got that old design that the Damn Quicks have. Kind of a clicking kind of a mechanism there that's running it. Smaller gear, kind of a chassis, direct drive up and down with a spiral gear. Again, we'll show you how to clean it up. It's kind of showing its age, showing its experience out there, and we'll take that apart and we'll let you know. So the Pflueger Seastar 1050. Here's one that's interesting. I think this will be the first one that I'll post, just because I've had it on my workbench for a while. But this is a Penn Powergraph 1500, and the Powergraphs were only made for 3 years. They were made in 1999 through 2000. This is a relatively clean edition of that, so it should be easy just to take it apart and kind of go over the anatomy of this reel with it. There's a weird kind of a clicking going on in here that stops after a while. You'll hear it just stop there. So I'm not quite sure what this is that's causing that click, but we'll go find that out and make that go better as well. Working from a little bit more current backwards, I have the Garcia, well, actually I have a Game Fisher. It's not a Garcia. The Garcias were the Kingfishers, but this was made for Sears Roebuck, so it may very well be a Garcia reel, just made for Sears Roebuck, and a name change to protect it. This one's having a little bit of difficulty, like many of these old reels do, with the bail trip. So we'll see if we can't remedy that as we go ahead and fix that one. We have another one that I pulled out for that Pflueger history. This is a little bit more current. It's probably 1980, circa 1980. This is the Pflueger Medalist. This one is in good working condition. It's a 20 size reel, so it's appropriate for the freshwater fishing. And again, we'll show you how to maintain that reel and how to make sure it's ready for the upcoming season. Overall, this is a nice reel in general. Then we have the Daiwa 1300C. I've done some of the C series. I've done mostly the bigger ones, the 4000s and the 7000s. This one's a little tight, but has that same silver quality behind it. And again, for those fans out there of the Daiwa reels, you'll get to see the smaller version of that in the 1300C. Turning our attention to the last of the spinning reels, this is the Mitchell 304, and this is just a nice small reel, pretty uncomplicated in design. Works, but just kind of sluggish. Whenever I pick up a reel like this that's sluggish in nature, my first thought is it's just got dried grease. It's been sitting on the sidelines too long, and that's caused this to just dry up. And here's an indication of that. That bail tripped, but that bail did not go all the way back, and that's usually just that it's dried out, and some penetrating oils and the like will remedy that situation. So you can see how slowly that bail is trying to reset here, and we'll take care of that as we do that. So then we got three bait casters here. I've got a Shakespeare 3000, 3300. It's a Katera. This one is just it's been troublesome. It's not spinning, so the drag is all the way down. It's tripping the drag lever, but the spool is not spinning. So something's going on in there. It may be broken teeth on the drive gear or something else, but every now and then it decides to spin, and then it doesn't decide to spin. So this will be a lesson learned. I do a series called Why Reels Break, and we may very well find out what the broken piece is in here. Interestingly enough, this is turning here, but if you hold your hand on it, it doesn't turn, and the spool is not turning at all. So we'll try and get underneath that. Shakespeare had a very popular series with the SKP series, the SKP 2000. Been around forever, and it was very popular. This is along that same line with the metal casing and the drives. Here's one. It's a Daiwa 1500F. It's a little bit of an older graphite bait caster. This one's in good condition. It came to me by way of a flea market find. This one will just be an education in how to do bait casters. So I don't see a lot of bait casters, but I see enough of them that I'm certain that we'll make our way through that. And then the last one, this is a Black Max Abu bait caster, narrow channel. I love this reel. We're gonna have to do something with the handle. These handles are shot, but I think I have a couple of replacement handles around. I love it. It's a low capacity one. You can load this thing up with maybe 6 or 8 pound test. When it's done right, you can throw this thing a long way. And when you're throwing this thing from a casting perspective, you can get to the deeper parts of the lakes and that to go reach the fish that are just beyond your typical casting for that. So I like these, and we're just going to do what we can to get this one fishing and make sure that it's ready for the upcoming season. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 projects here. That should keep us the next 2 weeks as we're all hunkered down here with this shelter-in-place kind of environment that we're living in today. If you want to see one of these done or posted ahead of the others, please leave that in the comments below. You know, this has been a great forum, and it's been a great way to kind of help relieve some of the stresses of the day. So don't be afraid to share comments, share your knowledge, share your opinions, and subscribe to see me post all of these in the near term. So with that, I thank you for watching and your continued attention to the channel. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Please stay tuned to see them all. Thank you.